Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northley with eXp Realty. Each week, we're featuring a different business, nonprofit, historic homeowner, or person making a difference in the community of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. This week, we're at Haentze Floral. I'm with Mariah and Jeff Smet, and they are the owners of the floral shop. So if you guys would just tell me a little bit about your business and how you got here.
Well, we're a family-owned business. We've been in business since 1858.
You've been here, right, since then?
We've been here in Fond du Lac since 1858.
Yep.
We are the second oldest remaining business in town.
Okay.
Behind Zackrell Funeral Home,
Okay.
who opened in 1857.
And you're the longest standing floral shop.
We're the oldest family-owned flower shop in the United States. Fifth generation.
Sixth generation.
Yep. And we have a seventh generation that will be part of the business also. So it started as a wholesale grower, growing cut flowers, azaleas, mums, Easter lilies, poinsettias to distribute throughout the country. That was the original intent. We had 7 acres of greenhouse over on Linden Street next to the old high school. As economies changed, as businesses changed, as we developed the business over the years, started to focus more on the retail end of things, sold the wholesale division in the 80s, moved everything over here to this store, and focused more on retail, corporate accounts, day-to-day, birthday, anniversary, fun things like that.
Customer service.
Customer service, as I was sharing with you earlier, really is the main thing we sell. We can't compete price-wise with the big box stores, but we can give you so much more with a personal relationship, getting to know our customers, getting to know your families, things like that you won't get online, you won't get from somebody else.
Right.
So I think customer service is the biggest thing, the most important thing that we sell. Ryan knows our customers. I know our customers.
Right, we've done their weddings, we've done funerals, we've done birthday parties, we've done, all special occasions for, all of our customers, which is awesome, being able to see the different milestones in their lives and be helpful.
Sure, and we know their gardens. They come to the garden center, they buy flowers, they buy plants, so we know, that you love the prairies and the natural stuff, but she loves the different things, the new varieties, so we get to know, all different aspects and areas of at least their flowers and floral warmth.
Their style.
And even when we were talking earlier, like you greeted several customers by name as they were coming in, leaving, which is something you just don't get very often anymore in general. So you started in the 80s. You took over this business, is that correct?
No.
Sorry.
So in the 80s, I was
graduating
high school. So Haentze's was my first job from the time I was 12 until the time I was 21. There was 2 brothers in business, the Ferdinands, so I was a nephew. They had sons. I just kind of figured I needed to find my own way. Yep. I left for 21 years, worked at a large printing company in the area, manufacturing and then management. And things throughout the years just kind of led me to come back to Haentze's. It was a great job that I had, but I think God had different plans.
Yep.
So the doors opened here, came back in 2009.
Sure, I started working in 2010.
And took over as a general manager. Tony continued to be the owner and president. He had bought his brother out by then. His brother's son had went in a different direction. So it was just my aunt and uncle, Tony and Jenny Ferdinand, that owned the business. Okay. And I bought them out just over 6 years ago now.
And what do you think, just in buying them out and it becoming your company, what do you think the biggest struggles that you guys have faced in doing that have been?
Well, I think the biggest struggle for a small business, whether it's a flower shop or not, is competing with online businesses, Amazon, 1-800-Flowers, Ava's, different online flower shops that sell for less, take orders from people, but they end up sending those orders to us to fill them anyways. And educating customers on things like that, it's very difficult to compete against New York City corporate that has a call center with 200 people answering the phone, and to be at the top of the Google listing, to have customers find us and understand that
Right. Basically, when you look up a florist, you have to scroll past all of the sponsored ads before you're actually getting a real florist.
A local, yep.
You know, Ava's 1-800-Flowers, they all advertise themselves as real florists, but they are not a real florist. They are, like you said, an order gatherer, somebody who's working in a corporate office, taking your order, and then sending it to a small business like ours to fill the order. So it is tough with taking a percentage of your money first before they send it to us. So that's definitely a struggle. And I think it's definitely about educating the customers, making sure that they know that they're looking for a real florist with a real location on the map, more research than just picking the first spot on Google.
Sure. There's some customers that will even say to me, are you a real flower shop in town? So they've learned their lesson once before, or they're at least educated enough to ask. And then it gives me a chance to tell them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, we're the oldest florist in the United States, family owned, and form that connection right away.
Get a relationship built.
And the thing we hate most about order gatherers is that they are turning people away from ordering flowers. Because you're ordering this beautiful arrangement that you think that you're getting online, and then you get it and it's 3 roses.
And you ordered a dozen, but the prices.
And instead of learning, don't order through an order gatherer, they're learning don't order flowers at all because
that's a waste of money.
They're a waste of money, which isn't true. If you order, directly through a local florist, you are going to get the quality and the value that you're looking for.
So scroll down past the advertisements and look for the local spots that have the spot on the map and are in town. Give them a call, go online.
And it doesn't hurt to ask, are you a real florist while you're on the phone?
Do you know what they say when you call and ask that? Do they say no? I feel like I'm going to have to do that later.
I don't know. We have to see what they say.
I know that Ava's, which is one of the order gatherers, at one point on the map showed their location here on Fond du Lac Avenue.
Okay.
And I had to really complain to Telflower and FTD, the big guys that move these orders around, that, that's not true. They're not here. They're advertising that they're in my location. Can't you do anything about that? And there is no internet police.
Right.
You can do anything you want. You can say anything you want. So it was very difficult. I wouldn't fill any of their orders, so we were able to block them from Fond du Lac. But then they're just shipping it,
right?
And
which
most
is also
of those,
not good,
right? Those order gatherers don't understand that we don't all live in Texas or Southern California. It's 10 degrees in Fond du Lac, and there's a blizzard. You can't just throw the box at the door and take a picture and walk away. Which goes back to her point that you just learned that I've just wasted my money on flowers.
Which isn't what we want.
So
and it's just because they just didn't know where to correctly order.
Right. It wouldn't occur to the customer that, I should have called a local florist. They'd have done a much better job. All they learned was I wasted money on flowers.
They died.
So it really hurts the industry. It's difficult to educate people.
Yeah.
Well, and it is hard. I mean, there's a flower shop in Appleton that partners with 1-800-Flowers. So
fulfillment center.
And when you look on the map, it says 1-800-Flowers and the name of the flower shop.
Okay.
So it's hard. It's very hard to educate people, and it's never the same. The internet's always changing. Things are always changing. So just when you think you've educated the masses.
And now you guys have your own delivery system, right? You have the cars that are decorated and branded.
Yes. We do not use a third-party delivery service. Okay. Everything is through the Haentze Floral Company.
And you're pretty quick. I've done same-day orders, and you've made it happen.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We try to do everything we can to get your order out.
And you guys don't leave the package of flowers sitting in a random spot in the yard.
We will not.
Which we all appreciate.
And we do let our customers know that it is just our policy that we cannot leave flowers at the door. If you leave it at the door, even for an hour, you don't know what's happening to those flowers.
It really is the quality issue. And the funny thing is, every guy that orders flowers thinks that either his mom or his wife is just sitting home all day waiting for flowers to come, even though he only sends them to her once a year. And I try to tell him that, we'll leave them at the door. She'll be home in a little bit. I know that your wife has a lot of things going
shopping.
on.
She's at Target right now.
She's
Who knows?
volunteering
downtown
somewhere. None of them are sitting home waiting for us to come. So please give us the phone number so we can contact them.
And that all goes back to customer
and
service.
They all kind of laugh, and yeah, you're right. And okay, here's their phone number, because they want it to be a surprise.
Right.
And we usually don't call unless you live way out of town to ruin the surprise. But
even then, I don't think you're ruining it. Who doesn't want to get a call saying, hey, I have flowers. What are you doing? Yeah. Is it what, finding more delivery drivers, or just
having the phone number, having the information, educating the customer that
you do things differently?
Well, and I think people are a little nervous about
Amazon.
You selling their information too, which we do not do.
That's true. But the public has been educated that I can call Amazon, I can call whatever, the box will be at the door when I get home. They just expect that from the flower shop. They expect it from us. Just leave it at the door. She'll be home.
So showing people it's a little bit different.
Right.
Well, and I think that goes with floral education as well. You know, especially with like 1-800-Flowers and these different companies direct shipping to your house. You know, they're under the assumption that every person knows how to process those flowers, put them in a vase, and how to keep them alive. You know, not everybody knows that, you know, they can't go in the freezer. Not everybody knows that everything has to have a fresh cut before it goes into the water. You know, so I think educating people on floral knowledge is part of what we do as well.
Maybe I need to be educated on this, because I just go home and stick them in the thing and call it a day.
They'll last much longer if you give them a fresh cut
before
they go into the vase.
Noted. How long do flowers typically last? Like, let's say I get some today, I bring them home. How long do they typically last when they're fresh cut?
So our bouquets are guaranteed to last anywhere between 5 and 10 days.
I guess I would say on average 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
It depends on the flower, like the arrangement you see in front of you. Carnations, mums, the pine, that's all going to look good all the way through Christmas. Red rose is a special rose. It's been bred to last a long time. You could possibly get 10 to 14 days out of red roses, but not the other kind. Any other color, not so much. They really focused on the genetics of this to last. So that's a long-lasting arrangement. A dozen assorted color roses, 7 days should be a good quality rose. 7 days should
right in the middle. So with every bouquet that we send out like this, we send a little tag that says "Add water daily."
Yep.
And you just take it to your sink, add a little bit of water to it. They'll dry out really quick if you don't add water daily.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of pine in there. There's a lot of stems in there. They're drinking,
just like your Christmas
tree.
Yep.
Do you do a live Christmas tree?
We do. My husband's in charge of watering it.
And he's watering it at least every day,
Fast
right?
that drinks water. And once you forget and let
There's
it dry
no going
out,
back.
Okay.
and then you fill it back up, it doesn't drink nearly as fast because the end is
Interesting.
sealed up.
And that's what's happening with your flowers that you're taking home and not giving a fresh cut. The end is sealing.
Okay.
So
If
they're
you took
not
the tree
drinking
out and
enough
put
water.
a fresh cut on the tree
very
and put it back
interesting.
in, it would start drinking
Yep.
again.
I'll let my husband take care of that if we get there. Excuse
Honey,
me, you have to
let it
take the
dry out
Christmas
too
tree
much.
down. You have to cut the end, stick it back.
Floral knowledge.
Yes,
That
but
you
now
do
I know.
things.
I'll make sure not to let it dry
Tell
out.
them I said that.
No, I won't. I won't. So what do you guys love the most about doing this?
So I'm going to say the customer service. I love the relationships that I have with my customers.
Okay.
You know, of course you have like your top 10, but really I have a top 100.
Yep.
So I love coming out and personally working with each customer to perfect a design that they love.
Right.
Because, you know, it is an art form and it's all about, you know, what the individual person likes and not necessarily what a whole likes. You know, so everybody is different. And I really like coming out and working with our customers. I also love the greenhouse.
Okay.
You know, I have this huge, beautiful greenhouse to spend time in every day that I'm working.
I just saw all the poinsettias. So
work with the
beautiful back
plants.
there.
So we actually grow all of our poinsettias from cuttings. We're one of the only places in the area that grows their own poinsettias.
How many do you guys plant?
So we're just over 3,000 on the poinsettias.
Wow. Okay.
And we get rid of almost all of them.
Wow.
Sometimes there's a few, maybe
Few
20 to
stragglers.
50 left over at the end of the
Well, that's
season.
part of the thrill for me. You know, she likes the customer end of things, which I do too. I love to sit with families, especially funerals, and get to know the family and build something special. But part of owning a business is hitting your mark. You know, setting your marks, setting your goals, and I'm going to grow 3,000 poinsettias. I want to sell
3,000.
299.
Right.
If it comes
If we can.
2,900.
Yeah.
You know, so you have those benchmarks, those goals, and that's part of the fun of having a business like this. Setting up standing orders and negotiating pricing, finding something. It's really fun when you buy something and it sells.
Yep.
We call it looking into the magic 8-ball.
Right.
Will the magic 8-ball be right or will it not?
Right. So, I might be the one picking the containers for the year. Well,
Pressure's on.
yeah, sometimes
Absolutely.
you pick something that, the designers just think, oh my gosh, why would you buy that?
Right.
And it sells great. That's a great feeling. Or, they say, oh my gosh, why would you buy that? And none of them sell. So,
That doesn't feel as great.
No.
Right. It's the ups and downs. But when you hit your mark, when you find something that people like, then that gives you a little satisfaction. It's fun to
And
do
I
that.
feel that way with our giftware too and merchandising our gift shop, and I think a lot of that does go back to customer service as well because I know our customers so well, it's easier for me to buy merchandise based on their likes.
Right.
And being here for as long as I've been here and knowing, the people in our store, we can really come up with a good selection. Also, we usually go together and we both have different styles.
Yep.
I've got more of the modern, neutral colors where Jeff is more of the colorful, florally things, more patterns. And I think we have a really good mix of merchandise for all of our customers.
And so is all of this stuff local, or where do you guys find all of these things?
So we go to Atlanta.
Okay.
We used to go twice a year. We're only going once a year now. So in Atlanta, they have a thing called America's Mart, and it is the largest collection of permanent wholesalers in the country.
Okay.
So there's, I couldn't even tell, over 100,000 different
This has to be so much fun
shops
every year,
that
right?
you can go to.
Oh my
you can
goodness.
look at their showrooms.
Oh, I'm
It is
sure.
it's a lot of
sure.
work.
Your back is sore.
It's a lot of work.
3
And you couldn't-
skyscrapers.
Yes.
19 floors on each one.
Wow.
So you could never touch everything. You do
Right.
have to have a plan. You have to have an idea of which wholesalers you're going to go look at. And then with your extra time, you can go and check out a couple new spots.
Yep.
And a lot of the stuff is made in the United States, but of course some of it is
Right.
overseas.
Okay.
But, we try to do as much local and as much in the U.S. as we can. And there are a few items, we do have a line of like oil diffusers, car fresheners, candles that are made from a local woman
Right
who
in
has a
front of
shop
that
in
here.
Pebbles.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that the Time product? Or
No, that is the she does, specific stuff just for our shops, which is awesome.
I love that.
And we're always
some
looking
of the
for
charcuterie boards out there
Yes,
are made
local
right
made.
here in town.
the
But,
beautiful table
know,
that we have out there is locally made by a woodworker here in town.
Okay.
And we talked about this a little earlier, you and I. Customers, almost every customer will say, yeah, I'm all about local. I'm all about the small businesses. I'm all about shopping local. Yet, if you check them, they buy way more on Amazon than they do local.
It's hard.
So we've tried in the past, American made, always something local, and
It doesn't make a huge difference.
it doesn't make a huge difference
Which is
to the
sad.
Really?
customer. They're not really
Interesting.
that interested. I have very few customers that will say, is this made in America? Which it's difficult to find things anyways.
Especially
And
something
when
that you
do,
can compete with
when you
price.
do
Pricing. Yep.
more expensive. So it's a very tough balance in the gift shop to find
Right.
the price point that customers are comfortable with and the quality that they expect compared to local or made in America,
Right.
the higher price stuff. So we do balance each other out when we do that.
You have to have that right margin.
When you think about it, it's like, we'll never sell that. It's just too expensive.
Yep.
Let's look in a different direction. Then we try to find things that are different, that are new, that aren't at Walmart, that
Right.
aren't at Menards.
Trying to think
that-
about something that you're not competing with the box
It's
store
a
on
job.
is
It's
difficult.
difficult to neat stuff, different stuff, quality yet.
It's stressful but rewarding.
Nice
And when
things
you
up.
find a great line that does really well, he's right, it does feel good.
Yeah.
You're like, I won. And, during COVID, everything had to be ordered through a catalog.
Okay.
And so going back to ordering through a catalog and then coming back to being able to go and see and touch and feel your product, it just gave me such a gratitude for being able to physically go to Atlanta and touch each object and feel
The quality, right? So when you're ordering in a catalog, you probably, what you see is one thing, and sometimes what you get is
very
not.
dangerous.
Yes.
Just like ordering online. You order something on Amazon and you think you're getting these nice candles and they come in and they're 2 inches big and you're like, oh yeah, that's why they were $7.99. So yeah, being able to go and physically shop for the store is huge.
Right.
And when you do catalog ordering, a lot of our catalog ordering is stuff we've ordered before. So we already know the quality.
Right.
Which is
we have a relationship with that vendor.
Right. We've seen it. We've touched it.
Yeah. And you probably, so do you get to meet the owners of the vendors too?
A lot of times they are there.
That's pretty cool
but not
to
always.
connect that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the better relationships that you build with your wholesalers and your vendors, the better off for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys just did the pedal. I wanted to touch on that because that was really cool. Pedal It Forward, where you take a bunch of flowers to different businesses in different places.
Pedal It Forward is a countrywide event. So florists all over the country take part in this. It's always in October. And the point is you get 2 bouquets. Each person, each customer, or each person that we find out in the community will get 2 bouquets. And it has a little piece of paper on it that says that 1 bouquet is for that person to keep and 1 bouquet is for that person to pedal it forward to either somebody that they love or somebody that they just think needs a little pick-me-up. Yep. And it's a huge promotion. People love it. We're just... What did we, 500 bouquets we put out into over 600.
I can just imagine like the smiles that you get because who gets flowers as often, you know what I mean? It's not enough.
No, I don't want to buy anything. No. Yep. Please don't. I don't want to buy anything. And you're like, no, they're free. And you're like, free?
Yep. You got to go in with your hands up.
For me? And you're like, yeah, for you. Thank you, and it's such a special moment. I think that's how our delivery drivers feel every day.
Yep.
Being a delivery driver has to be a wonderful job because everybody is excited to see you. You walk into a business and, oh my gosh, are those flowers for me? And it's like, no, these are for Linda. You look like a Steve. But I think delivering has to be one of the best jobs in the business.
Yeah, that's probably true. I think some of the biggest smiles from Pedal It Forward are the staff and my friends and family that come in and do it.
Yes.
To help you guys.
They have more fun. They're happier when they come back than any other normal day because they just went out and gave all these free flowers out. I'll do it next year. Sign me up for next year. When is it next year?
Right, don't even pay me.
Right, just you just want to get the smiles and the good feeling.
Good advertising and let them know that we care. We want to spread some joy. We want to make some happiness if we can.
Absolutely.
Right. Very rewarding. I love that. Yeah. I think that's really cool to be a part of.
And we also have a special relationship with, almost all the churches in town as well. We provide the churches with a special price on poinsettias for Christmas. We provide the churches with special pricing on Easter lilies and blooming plants for Easter. And I think that nurturing that relationship with the churches in town is also, a really positive thing for our business.
You guys do a lot with fundraisers too. I went and looked at the poinsettias and a ton of them say for fundraising.
Yes.
So what does that look like?
So one of our biggest customers for the fundraiser is St. Mary Springs Academy. So they sell tickets for poinsettias. The customer brings in the ticket. They get the poinsettia. I keep the ticket. I collect the tickets at the end of the season, and then that's what the school pays for.
Okay.
So for them, it's super easy. They don't have to get the poinsettia. They don't have to take it over to Aunt Betty's house or bring it over to Grandma. All they do is sell the ticket. If they sell 1,000 tickets and I collect 800, 200 of those are just pure profit for them.
Right.
So that person wanted to support that organization anyway, so nothing to feel bad about.
Right.
We were able to get them into the store, see our store, meet them, form a relationship. They get their poinsettia. It's one of the simplest, easiest, greatest fundraisers that we've come up with. There's a few of the local schools, a few local nonprofits that participate, and we probably do, I bet you 1,000 poinsettias just through the fundraisers. And of course, I don't sell them retail to them. I sell them at
a discounted price.
Discount.
But it's a good way to get out in the community in a positive way.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yep. And a good way to bring people to the store.
So thank you so much for talking with us. He had to go and help a customer, but thank you. I appreciate it. Is there somewhere that people can like and follow your stores and your businesses?
Absolutely.
Online?
We are on Facebook. Just look up Haentze Floral Company. And we also have our sister store, Woods Floral. And we both have wonderful Facebook pages that keep you updated on everything.
Yep. And have great engagement.
And we also have a website, www.haentzefloral.com.
Awesome. And that is where they should go to order.
To order, yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here and
Thank
for
you
having
for
me.
coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.